And welcome back. Well, for those who struggle with daily fatigue or find themselves sleeping on the couch because they snore just too loud, we've got a little help for you today. 1 in 4 couples sleep apart because of sleep issues. This was the case for Rob. Take a look.
A year ago, I started noticing that I was waking up and not feeling rested. And I would be tired all day. I would come home and just sit on the couch and not do much. I was taking time away from my family, taking time away from my kids. And my wife started noticing that I was snoring. So we decided to go ahead and do something about it. The first time I came into Advent, they all knew my name right away. They made me feel at home. They made me feel comfortable. Advent is different because I wasn't just a number. They cared about me and my outcome. The staff here really wanted to find a solution to my sinus problems. They didn't want to just mask the symptoms. They wanted something permanent that would last. Since the procedure, my wife has not noticed me snoring, and I haven't been sleeping on the couch. I can breathe. I'm not sneezing 85 times a day. I have energy. I'm not waking up my wife every night. If you're thinking about coming in to Advent, just do it. It's gonna make your life a lot better. It made my life so much better. They're really friendly here. They're not just gonna force you to do something you don't want to do. They're gonna come up with a solution with you.
Well, we know there are a lot of other people like Rob who are struggling and needlessly suffering as well as part of our Breathe Well, Sleep Well series with Advent. Founder and CEO Dr. Madan Kandoulan joins us with simple in-office solutions for all these issues. So good to see you, Doctor.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I think so many people can relate to Rob. I love how raw he was just in telling his story because just knowing that there's 1 in 4 couples who have that experience. He talked about his low energy, sneezing 85 times a day, just not being able to spend the time with his family he wanted. I'm sure you hear things like that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's so common. It's the reason why I'm here this morning is to really, get the word out. I mean, a lot of folks are sort of struggling through life. Sometimes they know what's going on. Sometimes they can connect it back to the fact that, geez, the fact that I'm snoring at night might be connected to the fact that I don't have energy during the day. Those sorts of things. Other times it could be kind of a mixed bag of things. And so if somebody's nose doesn't work, if their throat doesn't work, it is going to impact your life, period. End of sentence. So there's just no question about it. It's just a matter of how it's doing that and how do we get you on the other side of that.
It's true. And I hear this a lot because I feel like you guys coined this term, the sleep divorce, for people who are now sleeping in separate rooms or on the couch or whatnot because of snoring. Is this a pretty common issue? I feel like I hear it more often than not these days.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think that concept is becoming more and more kind of prevalent. The number one reason for folks going through a sleep divorce and not sort of choosing to do that willingly is snoring. So without question, that snoring is a wedge that can be driven between a couple. And I always like to say there's a reason you guys got together to begin with. And so if snoring, which is a nuisance, it's nothing good about it kind of a thing, is putting a wedge between you and your partner, that isn't healthy. That isn't, sort of sending you guys in the right direction. And there's things you can do about it.
Yeah, that's going to lead to resentment, right? It's better to get back into that intimacy. I like it. So,
Yep.
okay, here's the thing. I think one of the things he talked about that was so clear is at Advent, how his approach was personal. And he said, I really felt comfortable here. What makes you guys different than some of those big box approaches of just other healthcare systems?
The simple thing is this is all that we do. This is the only reason we exist. The only reason we exist is to provide solutions for folks who have issues in these areas. So folks who can't breathe through their nose, folks like Rob who are snoring and are on the couch. That's why we exist. And so that creates a high bar for us to deliver results, deliver solutions. In big box healthcare, snoring, sleep apnea, it may be, number 1,000 on the list of things that they deal with. And you're going to get treated like, you're 1,000 in a line, waiting for something. So again, for us, it's finding the right solution for each individual, and it cannot be a one size fits all approach. It has to be a one size fits one approach. Everything needs to be, sort of geared to what's going on with somebody, why is it there, and how do we get that problem solved?
I fully agree. And we're almost out of time, but I just want you to address, what if somebody says, I just don't have time right now to go to Advent? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, there's always an excuse that you can put in front of the life that you're supposed to have, and I'd say getting rid of that excuse is sort of a simple message to just do it. I mean, with us nowadays, it's so easy. People can see us online. They can see it as at any of our 10 clinics that we have throughout the area. It's simple. The first step is oftentimes the hardest step, and I'd say though, just like Rob is, if you could take that first step and start moving in a forward direction, we'll take your hand and we will guide you through and do our best to get you over the goal line.
Well, and like you said, it's all you do. It's so good to see you, Doctor. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. All you have to do is go to adventknows.com to schedule online in just 60 seconds. Most insurances are accepted. There's no referral that's required. And there are 5 southeastern Milwaukee locations. There's Wauwatosa, Mequon, Oconomowoc, Oak Creek, and Pleasant Prairie. And then they also have offices in Appleton and the Chicagoland area. So check them out. Don't wait. Get your life in order.